Hello to you! My name is Adam. This is my review for the album by Rancid, And Out Come the Wolves. It is their third studio album and it was released on Epitaph Records in 1995. The third studio album from Rancid was the album that had major record labels stand up and pay attention. A bidding war between labels had begun due to Rancid's unstoppable rise to fame. However, the band chose to remain with Epitaph. Right on. This album could well be the jewel in Rancid's crown, with this album producing some of the biggest hits with its ska-based sound and punk rock energy. Songs like the smash hit Ruby Soho and the danceable classic Time Bomb showed that Rancid were both extremely catchy but also loyal to the ska punk rock sound of their roots. With this album they became a lot more mainstream and a lot more well known, along with Rancid, Offspring and Green Day and that. They sort of kicked through the doors of the mainstream and they were fucking here to stay. So where this album differs from previous two albums, I feel that this album is a lot more cohesive and it flows a lot better. It's you can listen to it as a whole album, as far from, well, you can listen to the other two as a whole album, but this one sort of, it seems like the pieces and the songs fit together a lot better, and it works very well as an album from start to finish, as opposed to just listening to a song here and a song there when you want to. It contains such great songs that I would classify this album under the bracket of a classic. It's a classic album, I think. Matt Freeman's bass solo on Maxwell Murder is the stuff of legend. Awesome. The song War's End, with its story of Sammy the punk rocker and his war against his parents who don't understand his punk rock ways, was a rallying of the troops. And along with tracks such as The Journey to the End of East Bay and Roots Radical, it's also great to sing along to, most definitely. Rancid had arrived on the mainstream, and they were at the front door with a case of beer under one arm and were about to crash the pie, and they were going to spit in the faces of all those mainstream fuckers because they were evil and they had to be taken down. So Rancid, the story continues. This is a fucking awesome album. I would highly recommend it. If you don't own it, haven't heard it. If you haven't heard it and you don't own it, then you probably live under a rock somewhere. But if you do, then I would suggest coming out of the rock and adjusting your eyes to the sun first, and then purchasing this album and listening to it, because it's good. And then you'll be dancing till the night is through. Rancid.